Hey, welcome to the well of possibilities where you can dip into your soul. Today I'm going to talk to you about something so crucially important for personal growth, and it is learning to distinguish between when you're out of alignment with your true self and when you're actually experiencing resistance. Well, you might say, that's easy. I know when I feel a certain resistance. Well, you know, not everybody does. And very often, because of conditioning, because of certain social behavior, because of ways to conform to what other people are doing, you might be doing things that you think are okay or you think are like who you are, but they're actually not. And sometimes there are things that you don't want to do and that you don't feel like doing or that you think are not like you, that it would be actually very good to do. So how do you know this difference between this misalignment and this resistance to change? So I'm going to take you through 5 key steps that I think are super important to do on a regular basis. I mean, of course, you don't do these things every day, but once a week, once a month for sure. It's always good to tune in with yourself. And there again, there we have the word again. I'm sharing and saying it a lot. Self-reflection. Look at yourself, sit down with yourself and just spend some time in self-reflection, trying to understand like, hey, how do I feel? How do I act? What do I actually do on a regular basis? Journal about these kind of things. I mean, you might not be doing this every day, even though that would be good. But if you do this once in a while, it's already great because um, becoming conscious and becoming aware of how you feel and how you act is, of course, a first step in adding change to yourself, right? So self-reflection really gives you more clarity. And when you're out of alignment, when you always feel a little bit wary or kind of unfulfilled, there is something going on. And it all starts with admitting to yourself. I write about this in my book. Whisper to yourself out loud, I don't feel well, or I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling demotivated. There's no shame to expressing to yourself, even to others, there's no shame, but that you have that feeling. So write it down. And then the next step, oh, and if there are positive feelings, of course, you can write those down as well, because those are also great to identify and to identify the source from it. So if there are sad feelings or um, more unpleasant feelings, try to identify the source. Where is it coming from? Is it the way somebody talks to you? Is it the way how you feel maybe alone? Or if it's for personal things like, hey, what did spark this joy in you? What happened? So always determine the origin of your discomfort and also of your comfort. Why? Well, you can't know all these things, right? Sometimes there's a lot happening at the same time, but try to distinguish, try to be discerning, try to determine like, yeah, this is what happened, and that's something I really did not like, or that's something that really hurt me. So ask yourself, is this discomfort something that's coming from maybe fear for something, or um, because you're afraid of change, or is there missing a deeper connection to yourself or to the person that has been hurting you? Is it that you feel misunderstood? That kind of thing. So identifying the source allows you to address the cause of that feeling more effectively. Maybe you then still don't want to talk to this person or still don't want to say it out loud, but at least you have a little bit more knowledge and can get a hold on what's going on. So then you can say, okay, yeah, I have this uncomfortable feeling. How can I change this? What can I do to to have it go away? Can I address something? Can I talk to somebody? What do I do myself to cause? Well, if it is somebody talking in a certain way, let's stick to that topic or that example. What am I causing? So how do I cause this to happen. So you have to be really honest with yourself, really say like, okay, how do my current actions and decisions actually contribute to this? Or how do my current actions and decisions are actually out of alignment with my core values? Or how do the things that I'm doing or am I saying not in line with what I really want? For example, there are a lot of people who say like, oh, family, it's my priority. It's the most important thing in my life. Yet in in the daily habits, in the way they show up daily, it's not that they show this to their family. They're actually maybe not even there. Maybe in their mind, it is something that they find very important. But actually, do they show up for their parents, their brothers and sisters, their children, right? Do they connect to them? Is there conversation going on? So it is so important to evaluate your values and to determine whether actually what you find important and how you act upon those are aligned, because misalignment and feelings of discomfort often stem from not living in line with your true values. So that's why it's so important. So, if you feel resistance to something, it's often coming from the fact that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you have to try something new, that you're into entering kind of new territory in your life, right? So it's always good as a step forward to check your fear and your doubt. So recognize if your fear and your doubt are actually indeed influencing your thoughts and your actions. For me, for example, when I early on in my business, I found it hard to start calling people about what I was doing, that I could serve them, or if they knew some people that I could maybe help, because I really felt like, oh, maybe they're thinking like, why are you doing this, or who are you to call me for this, or that kind of thing. So I really had to identify, like, what was it? Why did I have this feeling? Why could I not step up more? As the helping hand that I am, actually, and why was I fearful about it? So it's good to analyze your fears and your doubts and to actually ask yourself, like, are they valid? Does it make sense that I have these feelings? Sometimes it's just an automated reaction, and you can actually put them aside because it just doesn't make sense. And they can take up a lot of space in your mind, even in your body, in your whole feeling. So um, identify those as well, those specific fears, and analyze whether where they have actually place to be there. So, yeah, and then as a fifth part, it's always good to talk to others. I mean, you don't want to share maybe everything you have inside with everybody, but there are certain things that you can discuss, that you can ask to your best friends, to your mentors, or you can hire a coach, discuss your feelings and gain insights, gain objective feedback. I mean, if you work with a coach, for example, like I do with my coaches, uh, I'm giving their objective feedback from my point of view on how I see certain things. You can't see your own blind spots. I can't see mine. That's why I have a business coach, for example, who helped me building up my business. And a coach is somebody who really can give you and provide you with insights and perspectives that are helping you to reflect better on yourself. That's basically what is the process. So, your values are important to know because too many people are misaligned with their true values. They feel squeezed into actions and decisions that are not in line with who they truly are. So, what can you change on that front? And if there's something new to take on, where can you analyze your fear and your doubts, and how valid are they? So, by engaging in these steps, like so the self-reflection, identifying the source, the evaluating your values, checking for your fear and doubts, and seeking external perspectives, you really will learn very rapidly to distinguish between how you are out of alignment with yourself and your values, or where you are experiencing resistance because simply you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So these things are just super important. Why? Because to become truly who you are born to be, right, is quite challenging because there's so many systems and layers and conditionings and ideas and worldviews and perspectives of others laid over you that chances are you actually don't really know what you want. You don't really know who you are. And for that to discover is a journey. It's a nice journey. That is what personal growth is all about. So reflect on yourself, sit down with yourself, examine your feelings, and really see like, hey, what do I actually really find important? What sparks my joy? And how can I make sure that I'm feeling, acting, behaving, thinking in line with those deepest values? I wish you have I wish you a great week working with these themes because it will be life enriching and your life can only get better from this. And if you feel some resistance to change and you know that it is in line with your values, then go for it. Step out of comfort, step into new possibilities, step into a glorious future. Have a great day, have a great week, and I see you next week. Bye.